Hey there, I'm Jama, and over the past few years, I've become very interested in onomatology, the study of names. I never really liked my name until I researched the meaning of it. My name means paradigm shifter, and I'd like to shift your paradigm by shining a light on onomatology and how it can potentially help you find your purpose, help you communicate better with others, or even both. In each episode, I ask someone 8 basic questions regarding their name that focuses on onomatology. So sit back, relax, and try to shift your paradigm with this next episode. All right, so on today's podcast episode, I have my coworker, Erin, and I'm really excited. I don't really know Erin all that well. We've worked a little bit together, and our interaction was awesome. I thought she'd be great for the podcast. So, welcome, Erin.
Happy to be here. Thank you for the invite. If there's anything, I'm down. I'll pick up any type of job.
That's
So,
awesome.
anything you ask me for something, I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. I won't even know. So, I won't
Cool.
even know.
Well, and also, so Erin is your first legal name, Erin, correct?
That's all right. Yeah.
And then you go by a different name?
Yeah, I go by Cole, Cole.
Mhm.
Um, I think why I chose that name, it was I think it was the last few years that I tried it. For some reason, Aaron seemed to I guess familiar.
Hmm.
So I guess kind of like, an autonomy thing, kind of like when someone has like a stepping point of growth, if that means kind of like a symbolism type of thing.
Hmm.
I decided to try out like Nick, it was just a fusion of my middle name. And so I tried Nick, it didn't work out. But Cole
Hmm.
seemed like it stuck, and a couple other people thought the same. Yeah.
What's your middle name?
It's Nicole,
Oh,
Nicole. Yeah.
okay. Perfect.
And yeah, my mom
Perfect.
liked it a lot, and to the point where she's like, "Hey, if you ever get a kid, would you name it Nicolette?" And
Oh,
I was like, as a
that's
mouthful,
pretty.
but we'll see. Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
I'm keeping it in the
that's
back
very,
burner.
yeah. When I have interviewed a Nick or Nicholas and a
Mm,
Nicole, both on my podcast,
that's
and I
cool.
love that their name means victory of the people.
Really?
And yeah.
I had no idea. That's cool. So like even in shortened, like Nick, Nicole, it's just all one Nicole. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, same meaning. And because Nick is victory and Olus means of the people. So it's very Greek.
I love this fact. I love this fact
Yeah.
so much. That's cool.
Yeah. But we're actually going to go on your first legal name, which is Aaron.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So we'll stick with that. But I think it's neat that you go by Cole because Cole seems like a really cool name and it
Mm.
seems really strong and solid. And if you go by like the meaning, victory of the people, like you definitely have always, you helped me and like you're great to work with, just like Nicole and my other friend Nick. So like you embody that. So that's cool.
Don't hype me up too much. I'll tell everyone I'll follow you home. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I was actually hoping for the coolness of coal. If it seemed
Yeah.
I don't know why I've made so many puns out of the word coal.
Mhm.
Because with Aaron, my mom gave me that name, also hoping I wouldn't get nicknamed.
Yeah.
And they did everything but call me by my name sometimes. So I think it's cool.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so
so funny. That's so funny. Well, and you know what? I kind of do that with my daughter because her name is Natalie. And I
Oh.
said to everybody, I was like, I will not let anybody call her Nat or Nat Nat. And I call her that all the time,
Oh, that's too
which
funny.
is
Is everyone
terrible.
but me?
Yeah, so that reminded me. But we will take it back to Erin, which I'm
Sure.
super pumped about because I have a pretty close friend named Erin, a female friend, and then I have another like acquaintance. I grew up with her. I don't talk to her anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't have any. I don't believe I have any male friends named Erin, but
hmm
yeah,
At
I have
least
a
spelled
couple.
in that way, right? I see a lot of
Yeah,
AARONs.
yeah, yeah. So did you know? Do you know what the meaning of Erin is before I asked you to be on the podcast?
Yeah, so back in high school, I had looked it up. So my facts may be a bit outdated. but it's actually translated to the country name Ireland. And
Yeah.
so I did, yeah, like I said, I did a bit of research, but I remember like on Wikipedia seeing photos of like small local shops that had like my name spelled on there in like different parts of Ireland.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked back into it since because I was like, oh, okay, it's just a country. Like what am I supposed to do with that? So but it worked. I don't
Right.
know. I thought it was one of a cool fact type of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have a positive feeling about it? Do you like that meaning or kind of neutral?
You know, definitely back at the time. I was okay with it, but I think my name is cute. It just but it's funny though. It makes me wonder how many people in their homeland are actually given their country name as their birth name. Like I'm a bit
Right.
lucky to dodge those authentic Southern names that are like really
Mhm.
notorious. I feel like if I make a joke, I might actually say someone's name,
Yeah.
like those McKinley Renee Anns, and it's got different naters. So. But I
Hmm.
don't know. I think it's really funny. I think all that makes me wonder is how many people are named Erin in Ireland, and it's just very patriotic. Like some people are named
Yeah.
USA, some people are named America, so stuff like that. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
America Ferrera or whatever her name is.
Exactly. There you
Yeah.
go. That's one of them.
That's interesting. Yeah, like I got the same definition that Erin means Ireland, but I
Okay.
also like kind of looked at other definitions. There was one that came up that said it's a Gaelic name that means peace too. So,
Okay. That rings a bell. That rings a bell. But that's really
yeah.
cool. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could take it for what it is, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I had the same feeling as you when you see like, okay, your name means basically a country. You're like, okay, what do
Yeah.
I do with that?
Yeah.
But start at like for my theory, it's all about interpretation, right?
Hmm.
So you take Ireland and you start name like whatever comes to mind, especially like
Hmm.
characteristics about it's a country.
Yeah.
It's, a specific it's like a decent sized country,
Hmm.
and it's lush and it's known for, their friendly people or whatever. Like you can think of like
Hmm.
so many different things and qualities about the country
Hmm.
and I thought it was interesting because the two Aarons that I know they are very, very strong, independent women.
Mm.
They're very like, I don't know. I feel like the one that I know has been through a lot and she just has so much poise and so much like I admire her a lot because she's
Hmm.
a very strong person. And even if she doesn't maybe feel that way, she comes across that way. And I think it's a good quality and
Yeah.
a very positive quality. And like if you're named after a country, like, maybe you are inherently strong. I don't know.
No, that's actually really sweet. I have a best friend who's named Erin, spelled
Mhm.
same as mine. Her birthday's the day after mine. She's a little older
Oh,
than me
cool.
though. So it's she's also the same. If anything, I think
Hmm.
she's a cooler version of me.
Yeah.
She can shrug a lot of stuff off, but
Yeah.
no, I kind of see what you're getting at. I think what I wanted to do with what you do now, back in high school, was find some type of meaning like people do with astrology, with their
Hmm.
zodiac
Mhm.
signs and such. I think I have that kind of similar passion when it comes to names. I think it's really cool,
Yeah.
especially with like this same concept. So that's interesting you said that with the errands that you know. I have a
Yeah.
similar story. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had people tell you that you're a strong person? Because I don't really know you all that well, so
Yeah. Well, if diva is also the similar ones, yeah, they called me a diva a lot when I was younger.
that's awesome.
It's funny, like my mother or my father's half will take right over, and I can either be pretty
Mhm.
charming and maybe cunning, and then I could be like a puppy dog at times. And
Yeah.
so either or can work for me. I think over time I've learned which is which one will work better. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think Aaron would be fitting for the type of personality that I have based off of your definition. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. I like it. Well, do you know how your parents chose Aaron for your first name?
So, and they still fight, but my parents told me they were initially going to name me Lauren, and
Hmm.
then they were going to name my sister Devin. My sister's name's Taylor now, and I'm Erin. But instead, My dad at one point just came up with Erin, and so they chewed on it and they thought it stuck for me, apparently. And like I said, mom didn't want anything to be nicknamed with. So, yeah, I think that was really their process. They didn't really have any like thousand baby book names or things like that that they pondered
Yeah.
over. So yeah.
Cool. Gotcha. And they didn't really like explain anything further. It was just kind of like,
It's funny. The only thing that they really said was like, "Oh no, 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 I came up with that name. It wasn't your dad. No, no substance." It's like, "Oh no, we were happy you were there. You could have been anything. We took the whole 3 days, didn't give me any of that." They were like, "No, no, no, I came up with it and you're welcome." So
cool.
yeah, so that's all I got from it. So that's
Matter
a
of
great,
fact.
yeah, a
Yeah.
great history lesson from the parents. I got something from that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I always like the psychology behind why somebody
Hmm.
chooses a name because it could actually be a lot of different factors. And the most common on that I've collected from the 40 people that I've interviewed is
Hmm.
that it runs in the family. So it's familiar,
Yeah.
more comfortable with
Hmm.
that. Also, some people look up the meaning. Some people like the way it sounds, and that's why they choose
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
And then I don't know, like I'm always just curious, like if it just some people have said that they when they name their kids, it's because when they chose that name, they felt peace about it. And
Hmm.
I wonder like where that feeling actually comes from, if it's spiritual or I don't know. It's
Like
just
if it's a gut thing, I
yeah, yeah,
feel
yeah.
you. I
I
feel you.
find it fascinating, just like, curious about it.
There's
So,
definitely a biological explanation for that. I just don't have the
mm,
paper in front of me. But
yeah.
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, no, this is right, but you have no other inclination to prove that.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Mm.
Very cool. Well, and have you, like, when you were growing up as a teenager or a younger kid, did you ever want to change your name? Did you ever think, oh, I want to be called this?
Yeah, I think actually, it was probably during the time where I was seeing like what my name meant back in the time. I did
Hmm.
have several thoughts of changing it. I think it was probably based on being influenced by Tumblr, which is showing my age. But I always thought of something kind of wispy that you'd probably find in like a young adult novel. So I settled on nicknaming myself as Cole, but I think something like Drew. I think just as a first name, some Drew always kind of hit me. It felt kind of mystical, but it felt human, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So yeah, but clearly I was into the YA novels back then a lot. So
Yeah, well, and like so Aaron, Cole, and Drew all are solid four-letter names. So
yeah, actually, yes. I think it was probably the sound of it or the syllables. I think that
yeah.
can, I like to reserve my energy a lot. So if I don't have to, so if I can not have to have a whole name, even when you get like emails, you put in a password, stuff like that. Having a short name sometimes can be a benefit. So,
Yeah, for sure. And if you were forced to change your name and it couldn't be Cole or
right.
Aaron, what would you choose and why?
Okay, I told my partner, well, I asked him, I was like, hey, what would I would change it to nomenclature. Like Noman would be my first name, last name would be Glacier. I don't know
Yeah,
how it came up, but it did. It did, and I'm sticking with it. I know exactly what it means. I just think it's cool. I
yeah,
don't think I'd be caught. I wouldn't be caught in that way.
yeah. That'd be cool. Okay. And your name hasn't ever been mispronounced, has it? Or
You would think, but yes, there are people that can. I think it was like middle school algebra, and it's always a substitute. But there's a substitute that was calling attendance, and she pronounced my name as if it had like a W in between the E and the R, so Irwin.
Mhm. Oh
I
gosh.
know, but to hear my name being butchered like that, it was actually shocking. I don't know why I
Yeah.
had that feeling, but it was shocking because like I didn't think it could be mispronounced.
Yeah.
So at first I thought this is a new type of Southern twang, Southern dialect that you just don't hear.
Mhm.
But now that I talk about it, it's just a possibility she just had trouble reading, which
Yeah.
is really common in this region.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a funny thing. There is a street sign named Irwin, that
Hmm.
I pass by, so it gives me a chuckle. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
Irwin is probably my favorite. Erwin. You can
Yeah.
really try it, but I don't think anyone will touch Irwin. That was really genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes to like, it proves my point that I feel like almost all the people that I have interviewed, they have all said, most of them have said that their name has been mispronounced.
Mm.
And I just think it's because humans overcomplicate things. They make a bigger deal out of something that really doesn't need to be, because it's straightforward when you look at it. And so I just find that interesting.
That's a neat analysis that you have. I think that also
Mhm.
shows the whole of the English language and how you got like three different theirs and such. So I think it's already
Right?
foundational, probably complicated. But yeah, of
Yeah.
course, even with the simple letters, you're gonna think it's something else. Good
Yeah,
point.
for sure. Definitely. Do you think that the meaning of your name has any relevance on the way that you act or see the world around you? And if so, how?
I think what's funny is that even though my parents didn't focus on the meaning of the name, just probably the way that it sounded, it's funny how our last name, Simmons, is actually a common surname for those who are British and Irish.
Hmm.
And I just met my first friend who is from Ireland, one of our coworkers. So I think whatever's planned for me, I need to start in Ireland or Scotland. It'd be a nice start. And then you also told me it's smashed between the Greek name Nicole. So
Mhm.
I might need to start somewhere else if if I have any purpose there. That's a good start.
That's cool. Very cool. Well, and like with your name meaning like the country, Ireland,
Hmm.
I don't know. There's so much analysis and interpretation that you could get from that, I think.
Agreed.
So maybe you're multifaceted.
Honestly, I have a hard time sticking to one thing. I'm gonna soak all of these adjectives in because it's
Yeah.
hitting. It's hitting right. Good new discovery.
I love it. I love it. You're fun to talk to.
Thanks.
Well, my last question,
Mhm.
I was curious. So, when I started this podcast, I was asking myself, what is the best-selling book of all time? And it just happened to be the Bible. And
Mhm.
so clearly it's influential. And it happened to mention quite a few people who either they changed their name or God changed their name.
Mhm.
For instance, like Sarai was changed to Sarah, Abram was changed to Abraham, Saul was changed to Paul. Do you think there's any significance in why this was mentioned? And if so, what do you think the significance is?
Well, I'm ashamed to say I was raised Baptist, and I don't
Yeah.
even really know that many stories that well of those name changes. But
Oh.
I think just off the dome, I think the first thing I think of is renewal,
Hmm.
but then I think of acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as we tend to search for something like within ourselves, like I would with my name back and then, I think we later recognize that, like, at least in my experience, we already were what we were seeking. We just
Mm-hmm.
haven't recognized it yet,
Yeah.
which comes with age for most people. And so I also think things like symbolism is really fundamental to how like we operate and understand like certain events in our lives, even just processing it. And so I think changing your name has been part of like ancient practices for some cultures as a sign of like maturity, or maybe
Hmm.
just legally
Yeah.
separating yourself from a lineage. And I don't think
Yeah.
that was something I was maybe trying to do with Cole, but it probably was another form of symbolism, kind of like just kind of like it's something you see in a Bildungsroman, Roman, certain stories, coming of
Yeah.
ages. That's how I processed it, at least.
That's so true because I think, and I won't be very detailed or particular about it because I don't have my facts right in
Yeah.
front of me. But there are quite a few religions that when you complete something, then you choose like a new name or something. And
Mm,
I think
yeah,
that's so
absolutely.
interesting. Like what you were saying totally made sense.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's just based off of that question alone. That's what I would think, based off what
Hmm.
I've seen of other people. It seems like it's a big stepping stone for some people, even if it's
Yeah.
not like legally changed. So
Hmm.
yeah, it
For
was a really
sure.
good question. I like that last one. It made me think.
Yeah. Cool. I know. I like questions that make you like, you know?
Absolutely. I feel
Yeah.
that.
Well, that is all I had. Did you have any questions for me?
Yeah, how far are you gonna take this? Like, are you gonna keep doing first names or maybe do last names? Last names might be hard.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've had somebody ask me, would I ever do the last names?
Hmm.
And my answer as of right now is no, because
Hmm.
your first name, I feel like it's more personal, and your last name is shared by many people, and it's more communal and more of like a community. And
Yeah.
so I think the personal aspect of the first name is more powerful to me, and that's why as of right now, I'm more interested in that. Maybe down the road, but
Hmm.
the answer is no for now.
See, I love that answer because now I'll see you as one of those directors that will know when to cut off a season and not
Yeah.
drag it on for the coins because that you can
Yeah.
definitely tell when it's like, oh, even the actors don't want to be there. But no, this is really it's really
Yeah.
wonderful concept. I think that's cool.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you'll be my 41st episode, and
Okay.
my goal is to have interviewed 100 people by the end of
That's right.
2024.
Okay.
That's a pretty lofty goal since I only have like a couple months left.
Yeah, I'm telling anyone I know that's got some time. It's like, hey, you want to be the center of the show for like 25 minutes. You got it. You got it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to interview you and you gave me your time. I really appreciate it.
It's an amazing concept. Absolutely.
Mm, thanks.